Did you know? SpongeBob's burgers aren't actually the best. The most mouth-watering Krabby Patties were once made by Jim, the very first chef at the Krusty Krab, back when it was a fancy, high-end restaurant and Squidward even had flowing golden hair. But Mr. Krabs fired Jim over a wage dispute, and not long after, SpongeBob took over the job earning a measly $2 a month. One day, Jim returned in a solid gold luxury yacht, instantly drawing a huge crowd. A bodyguard opened the door, and Jim stepped out slowly, so impressive that even Mr. Krabs came out to greet him in person. Jim said he was just on his way to his newly purchased golden mansion and thought he'd drop by to see some old friends. Hearing this, Squidward drifted into nostalgia back to when the Krusty Krab was extravagant. Mr. Krabs had no money worries, and he himself had a gorgeous head of golden locks. Jim's Krabby Patties were legendary, no one could beat them, and each one carried his personal signature. As they reminisced, Jim noticed the Employee of the Month wall was entirely dominated by SpongeBob. Mr. Krabs reassured him, saying no one could ever take his original spot, even pulling out Jim's old award photo. While Mr. Krabs and Jim chatted away, SpongeBob shyly offered one of his own patties for Jim to sign, but Jim refused. Later, Jim headed into the kitchen to give a cooking demo, instructing his bodyguard to block anyone from watching. Soon, he presented a dazzling Krabby Patty, complete with his signature, and the crowd erupted in cheers. SpongeBob scoffed and took a bite only to be instantly transported into a dreamlike world, swimming through a sea of flavor. It was so good, he dropped to the floor and begged Jim to teach him. Jim agreed. But no matter how hard SpongeBob tried, he couldn't meet Jim's standards. The rejected patties piled up so badly they clogged the toilet. Crushed and humiliated, SpongeBob locked himself in the restroom to cry, telling Squidward he was quitting, much to Squidward's delight. SpongeBob scribbled his resignation on toilet paper, sealed it in an envelope with a lick, and went to say goodbye to his beloved kitchen tools. 2 hours later, Mr. Krabs called for him, startling SpongeBob into hiding in the freezer. He secretly watched, hoping that once Mr. Krabs read the resignation letter, he would beg him to stay. But Mr. Krabs only worried about losing his moneymaker, laughing along with Jim. Heartbroken, SpongeBob walked out, ready to say his goodbyes. That's when Jim assured him he had no interest in taking his job. He finally revealed the real reason he left the Krusty Krab. Business was booming, but Mr. Krabs overworked both him and Squidward so much that Squidward's golden hair fell out.